Here's a few movies to check out this week, currently on Netflix Instant.
Action, Eraser. I always felt like Eraser was the lost Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Whenever people are talking about his movies, they always either bring up Terminator or Predator, or if they want to talk about his bad movies, they bring up The Last Action Hero. But it seems that Eraser kind of falls into that area where, like I said, people forgot about it. And it's a shame because it is a kick-ass action movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the Eraser. We don't really find out his name until a little ways into the movie, and he's a guy who works for the Witness Relocation Program. He gets involved in a case with Vanessa Williams, who's been working for this company who is selling these ridiculously high-tech weapons to terrorists. There's a lot of conspiracy stuff going on, some great action sequences, and aside from some 1996 CGI, I think the worst was some CGI crocodiles or alligators. But aside from that, the whole movie is just great. Horror. Thinner. Based off the Stephen King novel, an obese lawyer pisses off a bunch of gypsies, and they curse him to get thinner. Initially to him, this seems great because he's eating whatever he wants, and he's losing weight. He's losing weight at a ridiculous rate. He can't even eat enough to where he's just nothing but skin and bones. He hires a guy who he worked with previously, who's in the mafia, to help him track down the gypsy and to try to get them to lift the curse. A large part of why this movie works is the acting from Robert John Burke and Joe Mantegna. The two of them just really nailed the movie. This is one of those movies where there's really not any good guys. You're kind of rooting for the main characters, but you also do feel a certain amount of sympathy for the gypsies. Drama. Trainspotting. While it wasn't his first movie, this was the movie that introduced the world to Danny Boyle. It's about a guy named Renton, played by Ewan McGregor, who's trying to kick his heroin addiction and get his life back to normal. The problem is his friends are a bunch of scumbags, and he's kind of stuck in this seedy underbelly of just drugs and debauchery, and he's trying to get out of it, but it's proving to be more and more difficult. It's not all depressing, though. It has some funny moments, but more often than not, it does kind of go in the direction of the depressing. Still, it's a great movie. It's got fantastic direction. The acting is impeccable, and if you haven't seen it, you really should check it out. Comedy. Kingpin. Originally, I was going to recommend something else, but I decided to move that to next week when I realized that the other three movies I picked were all from 1996. So I figured I should just add another one from 1996 to keep it all succinct. I'm pretty sure I recommended this before, but I'll recommend it again. This is from back when the Farrelly brothers made actual funny movies, as opposed to what they're doing now. Woody Harrelson plays a disgraced professional bowler, Roy Munson, and his whole life has gone down the drain. That is until he runs into Ishmael, an Amish kid who is this amazing bowler. He becomes Ishmael's manager and is traveling around the country trying to regain his fame through Ishmael. It sounds really stupid, and it totally is, but that's why it's funny. Like a lot of older Farrelly Brothers stuff, it's got some gross-out humor in it, but somehow in the end comes off feeling earnest, despite a lot of the really disgusting things that they go through. That's all I got for this week. I'll see you next time.